Beach FM, locals talking to locals.
Beach FM, and here he is once again. Great to welcome back Bernie Wanden, Mayor of the happening Horowhenua. Good morning and welcome to you, Bernie.
Good morning, John, and it certainly is happening up here.
Yeah, it sure is, no doubt about that. It's a wonderful thing to see. Now, are you making any progress on the Three Waters project?
We certainly are. So we're taking to Council this week the confirmation of the projects that we are putting forward for our 4.34 million that we have to dispense with. And of course that has to be projects that weren't in our annual plan this year that could, we could bring forward, or for projects that we could stimulate both jobs and the economy. So we've identified a number of different stimulus program packages, if you like, in terms of doing that, and a lot of them are around some of the small, but some of them are also large. So we're talking about increasing our firefighting reservoir capacity out at the beaches. We're talking about Marais, water and wastewater across the district, assessments and upgrades.
Yes.
We know we have to do some work on the pot now that we've been granted our 25-year consent. Quite a bit of planning and planting. Quite a bit of, and we've also set aside some money to do some investigation around some sort of water storage reservoir investigation, so that we can see straight away whether it's going to be worthwhile continuing or not.
That's interesting. Very interesting. Any idea where that reservoir may be?
Look, it's got to be probably reasonably close to the source of the river, the Ohau somewhere.
Yeah.
That's pretty much where we get our water from. So, one of the biggest challenges we have is meeting the growth, and we know that the water intake at the moment is probably not going to be sufficient in 30 or 40 years to be able to manage that growth. So we need to do something.
Certainly the way things are going. By the way, Bernie, you seem to have done remarkably well with central government grants recently.
Look, it has been good news for us for the last 11 months, and it started off, I suppose, in December with the announcement that the Otaki Expressway was now going to be funded, Crown funded, so it wasn't relying on NZTA budgets. It was going to be done, and then obviously since lockdown and COVID hit us, we have had a number of large grants made to the district to enable us to get on and do a lot of the work. So even small stuff, and if you've been travelling around Levin at the moment, the roading works around Queen Street and Tiratira Road, causing a bit of upheaval at the moment. But by the same token, the end result will be a vast improved road safety network.
All in a good cause. I think I saw that you got some money for a business park as well.
So we have got some money for the business park, and that's been done through the Horowhenua New Zealand Trust, which is the economic development arm of council. So they have, we sold them some land out of Rose Street over a couple of years ago, and this is a further development in that area. So we expect, some good news to come out of that investment in the next year or so.
Excellent, great stuff. And meantime, business is carrying on, business as usual in terms of the grants process. I think we may have touched on that last week, but I believe you're getting underway.
We have. We did announce through lockdown that we would change the criteria for our grants, and that people that were, or organisations that had been significantly affected by COVID would be able to apply for some relief funding. And so yesterday, or this week, was the first time that we've been able to sit down and actually make some grants. They will be going out over the next week or so. So it's been great to be able to assist some of those organisations that have obviously struggle with things like rent and some of the other costs that they have to put up with.
Indeed. Now, you touched on it before, the Otaki to north of Levin roading money, and I believe there's also work that is being contemplated for State Highway 57. Well, actually, there's a lot of work going on State Highway 57, it seems, most of the time. But how is the progress on the Otaki to north of Levin? Are you in a consultation phase now?
So, at the moment, NZTA are in their sort of business case and design phase. We expect over the next year to have that business case and design finalised, and that they will be able to start applying or start seeking consents for the work late next year. So the general scheme of the design is done, and in fact you can watch on YouTube an overview of that. Looks pretty exciting, to be honest, but it's lacking some of the detail. It's just an overview, but obviously it gives an indication of where interchanges will probably be, and things like that. But there's quite a bit of work being done in that space. So there's now the refinements, if you like, and some of the teasing out of some of the issues around where the actual road would go. In terms of the State Highway 57 and State Highway 1 safety improvements, there's a lot of consultation going on that, and design again is being finalised in that space. They hope to start works this summer on the new roundabout at State Highway 57 and Queen Street, but it will obviously take a while to complete. But it's really starting to happen around the place.
They tell me there's an election coming up. I imagine your stocks of Nescafe have taken a little bit of a beating recently.
It's been very good, actually, and both candidates, or the two main candidates, have been bringing people through the area to visit, and I've had the opportunity of engaging with a number of different ministers and politicians, so, making sure that we advocate for the Horowhenua and tell them our story is just as important as the outcome of the election, in my view, anyway.
Yep. Too right. That's what it's all about. So you're getting both sides there. No matter who wins, you're getting the contacts. And really, frankly, as in business, politics is really a matter of making good connections, isn't it?
Oh, very much so. And look, areas like ours, which have often been bypassed or a little bit neglected because we're not a major metropolitan area, we know how important it is that we make sure that we keep our sort of name up front a little bit, and make sure that we give them, the knowledge that we can do things. We are working to the betterment of the community and doing good stuff.
Great stuff, and it's excellent to hear from you once again. Thank you very much for keeping us up to date here on Beach FM. Bernie Wanden, Mayor of the Horowhenua, thank you for your company.
Thanks, John.
Beach FM, locals talking to locals.